Hey guys, it's Kristine. Welcome back to my channel where I talk about budgeting in my bullet journal. In today's video, I'm going to be going over my December monthly budget. If you are wondering why this video is going out so late, it's mainly because I had a 3-paycheck month in November. My third paycheck fell on November 30th, so that check actually paid a lot of my bills, the first 2 weeks of December, and then my next paycheck was December 14th. So yes, that is why this video is late, but also it is late. Today is actually December 17th. There's a lot of stuff that was going on kind of behind the scenes. I do go into that in my November closeout video. So if you haven't seen that, I'll go ahead and link that either in the cards or in the description box. And I also talk about emptying out my variable expenses and my sinking funds. So with that in mind, I'm going to go ahead and jump into this budget. All right. So first things first, I just want to mention that I do get paid on December 14th and December 28th. As I said in the intro, today is December 17th, so I already know what I got paid, and it was a little bit more than this. But I am going to budget $2,200 for each paycheck. That way I am not anticipating more money and then end up getting less money, because I don't have any more PTO left. I use that up in the summertime, I think. But yeah, so I want to make sure that I'm going to have this money for sure. Well, nothing really is for sure, is it? But I am, knock on wood, planning to go to work, all the days encompassed in these 2 paychecks. Okay, so for fixed expenses, I have 2 accounts. One is my G1 rent, etc., and one is my G1 checking, and that's for my other bills. So for G1 in the rent, etc. group, I have my rent. I have $758 due on January 1st. I also have my PG&E due on January 5th, and that's $160. I think my last bill was around 70 something, and it's been much colder lately, like in the 30s, like in the morning and the evening. During the daytime, it does warm up to like 50s or 60s, but that's still pretty cold. It's cold for me. I'm in California, so it's cold. Yeah, so I'm going to budget $160. For water, I am budgeting $55, and that's due on January 15th. Technically, I could use my first January paycheck to pay this bill, but just like in my November budget, when I had, so in my November budget, I didn't put anything down for the December 15th because I was going to pay it in December. But I went ahead and paid it because I did have the money in that G1 account. And that was, it was nice to be able to pay that. So yeah, all in all, for rent and utilities, I'm paying $973. Sorry, I'm budgeting $973 for the month of December. If I were to split that up, that's going to be $487 per check. I do like to split that up. Normally, we'll see what we do in this next budget, because I'm going to do things a little bit differently, and I'll talk about that in a little bit. So for the rest of my bills, I have 4 credit cards. I use all of them. I don't keep a balance on my Bank of America, my Chase, my Old Navy. As of this budget, I have not paid off my Citibank card yet, but we'll get back to that in another video. For AD&D, that's $30. Old Navy, again, I said that was $0. T-Mobile is $150. iCloud, that's storage, that's $9.99. City, I put $0 here because I pay it out of a different line item, but I just have it there so I could see when the due dates are. Delta Care, I'm putting $31.78, but it's kind of tricky because it's in the following year. So I am with Covered California. It's like the, I don't know, the Obamacare for California. So it is based on income and, you know, household size and stuff like that. And so it's a little bit tricky. So it changes every year, and I'm just going to keep it at $31.78 and hope for the best. So that's the same thing with vision. I might actually cancel this or like downgrade from what we have. Like, yeah, that's all I'm going to say about that. I'll just put it that way. So car insurance, so these bills are actually in December, and these bills are in January. So I'm a little bit ahead over here. But again, my second paycheck for December is on the 28th, so it's going to have to cover some of the first 2 weeks of January there. Car insurance, $52. Hulu and Disney Plus is $4.98. Google storage is $1.99. HBO Max is $1.99. You might be wondering why these are back in my bills group, and that's because I am doing away, for now, I'm doing away with the subscription sinking fund. So I started the sinking fund for subscriptions when I was planning to do some traveling to watch my daughter's games. I'm not sure if that's going to work out for me, keeping a subscriptions fund, you know, for the long run, but we'll see how this month goes, and then I'll make my decision for January and onward. Blue Shield number 1 and Blue Shield number 2. These are kind of the same as like the dental and vision. These are the main Obamacare or Covered California health insurance premiums. So got $287.57 and $124.27, and these could change. So, but I want to at least make sure I have that amount. So all in all for the month, I have $731.16. I'm not going to be splitting this in half in my budget just because the first 2 weeks is kind of heavy. If you look at this, so the first 2 weeks is like about, what, $500? And then the next 2 weeks, I know this is backwards, but the next 2 weeks, this is like $200. So the first check is going to be a little bit heavy, but that's okay. I want to make sure I get those big ones paid. And then I'll kind of use December as a reset, and hopefully for January, we can get back to what I was doing before, which was splitting my bills. Yeah. So I already kind of showed you this. So for Santa Saver, I am going to go ahead and put $25 per paycheck. Santa Saver is actually for 2023, and I'm going to start, or I have already started saving up for it. I think I have $100 in there now. I don't get access to this money until the first week of November, so that'll be next year. And so I kind of like it that way. It doesn't earn a lot of interest, so in future years I might switch it up and put it in a different bank account or bank. But the way it is right now, like, I'm kind of glad that I have that money that I can't touch. It's like, it's there, I can see it, but I like that I can't dip into it. For like, if it were ever an emergency, I can go down to the local branch, and I think I can close the account and they'll withdraw it that way. But that's not what it's meant for, but I think if I had to, I'm able to. So for investing, Roth IRA, we're going to continue with $200 a check. I do have a plan for this in 2023. So you may or may not know that you can keep contributing to your 2022 Roth IRA until tax day in 2023. So I am going to take advantage of that. I want to make sure I max that out, because let's say I do better in doing my 2023 Roth IRA, but that April date passes, or it's passed, that I can't go back. I can't turn back time and be like, oh, I'd like to put that money in my 22 Roth IRA. You know, that's not going to fly. So I might as well fill this one up. And if it takes me all the way to April, I mean, I'm hoping it won't. I think I could do it by February. But if it takes me till April, that's fine, because then I have from, you know, April to December, from April to the next April to do 2023. So it's okay. Anyway. So this is not a mistake. I didn't forget to pen this. I didn't wait till now to pen this. This is how it's going to be. I am not going to have variable expense categories. I am not going to have sinking funds. Oh, the only thing I will keep is G1 daughter. Okay, so I started writing graduation and then I just went ahead and finished writing it. But so food, etc. is going to get 50, its usual 50. And laundry is going to get its usual 20. I was going to start a graduation sinking fund, but that was before I emptied out my sinking fund. So I'm going to cross this out. We'll save that for 2023. For other, I'm putting 0. And so all in all, this is going to get 70. Okay, so this is kind of crazy. I'm going to go ahead and do the math with you guys. So we're going to assume in December, I'm going to get $4,400. I'm going to assume that I'm going to pay these guys right here. It's possible that PG&E will be higher. It's also possible it could be lower. But we're budgeting $973. All my bills are going to be $731.16. My Santa Saver is going to be $50. My Roth is going to be $400. For my daughter, I'm going to double this because this is calculated for per paycheck. So I'm just going to go ahead and subtract 140. So all in all, I'm going to have $2,105.84 that I can do with whatever I want, however I want. That's a little scary to not have my stuff figured out, you know, down to the dollar. It's a little scary not to give every dollar a job. That's the state my budget is in, because I had to dip into my emergency fund to cover some things in the last budget that I haven't really mentioned, because I'm gonna make that into a separate video. It's not grim or anything. It's just kind of how my mindset was at the time that I did that thing. So again, it's not like doom and gloom or whatever, but it's just that I had so many different transactions from this account to that account, from this card to that card. I couldn't keep everything straight. I tried. I don't even know. Like, I have scrap paper everywhere, and I don't know what the heck I was doing or thinking. I mean, I could blame it on the brain fog, but we all know that it was more than that. It was also me wondering if I was going to be able to even have a job, because of how my situation was at work. Anyway, I think that was the last video. And did I mention that in this video? Probably not. So what happened was I wasn't sure I was gonna get paid my COVID supplemental sick leave. I got paid the first week. So I was sick for 2 weeks. The first week was in one paycheck and the second week was in the following paycheck. So I wasn't sure I was going to get it. I ended up getting it, but during the time that I was unsure, I was holding on to money, you know, and then I also delayed paying my Citibank debt, and then I had to dip into my emergency fund, help try to beat a deadline. Let's just put it that way. But again, like I said, that's going to be in another video. I hope that I'm not trying to be cryptic on purpose. I'm just, I don't know. Anyway, if you like this video, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe to my channel. Hit that notification bell so you get a notification of when I post new videos. I am going to go ahead and put a video up here. That's going to be my closeout video where I explain like why I zeroed out my sinking funds and variable expense categories. So if you want to see that, go ahead and click right there. Okay? Thanks, guys. Bye.